Hello my friend, in this video I am going to be comparing Ko-fi to Buy Me a Coffee so that you can figure out the differences and the similarities between the two so you can pick the best platform if you want to be accepting donations for your art or kind of doing recurring memberships. I think the truth is that when you look at these two platforms it can be a little confusing because they do seem very similar in what they offer, and the truth is that they do offer very similar things, and that's why I'm making this video to help you decide. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-fi are similar as they allow creators to accept one-off donations, memberships, and even create a shop. The difference is that Ko-fi offers a bit more features and takes a 0% or 5% cut, and Buy Me a Coffee offers a few less features and takes a 5% cut. But one big thing that Buy Me a Coffee does have is that they allow your supporters to donate to you without having to actually create any kind of account, like a Buy Me a Coffee account or anything like that. At the end of the day, these platforms are very similar in the way that they can be viewed as an online tip jar where supporters can give donations to creators like you for what you are already creating. However, they are just a bit different in how much they charge creators, like I mentioned, which we'll go into, as well as what they allow creators to offer their potential supporters. So before continuing, as you can see here, I've been reading off of an article because I've also written an article on this topic. So if you'd like to follow along, or if you just prefer the written word format, you can simply go ahead and Google Ko-fi versus Buy Me a Coffee Best Friends Club, and you will be able to get access to this article for free. So let's jump a little bit more into detail of these two different services, and we'll figure out which one is best for you. And we're going to start off with just kind of a TLDR and just answer right away, which is better, Ko-fi or Buy Me a Coffee. So again, both Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-fi are similar since they both allow creators to accept one-off donations, memberships, and sell items with a shop. But with that said, I feel that Ko-fi is better than Buy Me a Coffee since it does offer more features. They have a 0% platform fee for any donations that you get, and only take 5% of any income you make from membership or shop sales. This 5% can even be removed if you subscribe to Ko-fi Gold, which is a monthly subscription, and actually only costs $6 per month, which is pretty cheap. With that said, Buy Me a Coffee does have a slight edge over Ko-fi when it comes to two things, and this is the name that it has and the ability for supporters to make donations without having to go through the process of signing up for and setting up any account at all. We'll get into this a little bit more, but that really is kind of the main difference there. So we'll take a bigger difference, but honestly, I think the biggest TLDR here is if you want to pay less and offer more, then Ko-fi is the way to go. And if you don't want your supporters to have to create any kind of account to donate to you, then Buy Me a Coffee is likely the platform to you, since they don't have to create like a Buy Me a Coffee account. You can just sign up with Buy Me a Coffee and they can click the link and just donate just like that. Very frictionless. So first, let's go over why you might want to choose Ko-fi over Buy Me a Coffee, and then we'll do the flip, why you might want to choose Buy Me a Coffee over Ko-fi. So again, both Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-fi are the same in the way that they can be viewed as kind of like an online tip jar where supporters can give donations to creators like you for what they're already creating without asking for too much in return for those donations. What's really great about Ko-fi is the fact that Ko-fi creator accounts are free to set up, and they take 0% platform fees on any one-off donations that do come your way. In addition to this, you can actually go beyond the online tip jar approach by offering memberships, shop purchases, and commission sales with Ko-fi, and they only take a very small 5% cut on any income you earn from those specific offers. So 5% off of memberships, shop purchases, and commission sales. And then again, even more awesome is the fact that you can have that 5% cut removed if you subscribe to Ko-fi Gold for $6 per month, which also gives you access to some other features like analytics and customizations. So really, Ko-fi is perfect for more casual content creators, anyone looking to dip their toes into offering memberships, or anyone wants to pay zero platform fees. So I think really the big thing here is that with this online tip jar kind of approach, it's just a lot more laid back, and you can accept donations and offer memberships for the stuff that you're already putting out there, say on like social media and stuff like that. I think the big difference from that compared to something like a Patreon, where Patreon seems to be a lot more of a serious membership platform where you're going to have to start doing extra bonus content and stuff like that. You're going to have to be doing more in return for the membership that you get, where this is something that you can accept donations for what you're already doing. There's a little bit less pressure on you, and there's also less pressure on people that are donating to you as well. So What does Ko-fi allow you to offer to your audience? You can use Ko-fi to offer your audience the ability to support you with one-off donations as well as recurring memberships. The nice thing about Ko-fi's memberships is that you're able to offer different recurring membership tiers that have different price points and benefits, just like you can with a more complex Patreon page. You actually can't do that with Buy Me a Coffee's memberships. In addition to one-off donations and memberships, you can also offer products with a Ko-fi shop and accept commissions for requests for unique work. You can create members-only posts and public posts with Ko-fi. However, really the main appeal of Ko-fi is being able to accept donations as if it were a tipping jar for the content you're already freely providing elsewhere. There's no pressure on you as a creator to provide anything specific in return, like bonus content for a donation, since there are no specific incentives for anyone to donate in the first place, if you don't want to, that is. Just like with Buy Me a Coffee, you get a Ko-fi kind of profile page that you can send people to where they are able to support you and donate to you and all that kind of stuff, sign up for memberships. Now, does Ko-fi have any discovery features for helping new supporters find you? The main discovery feature that Ko-fi has is a dedicated explore page on their website that showcases featured creators as well as a way for people to search for different creators in different categories. However, with that said, that's not really a really great way to find supporters. Just like with Buy Me a Coffee and even with Patreon, you will really need to do all of the work to bring people to your Ko-fi page and convince them to support you. So having an audience is very important. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, I have a video called How to Get Patreon Supporters, and this applies to Ko-fi and Buy Me a Coffee as well, really. So how does Ko-fi's pricing work? So Ko-fi has one of the most generous pricing plans out there, and it's a touch simpler and even more generous than what Buy Me a Coffee offers, and way more generous than what Patreon offers. Ko-fi creator accounts, like I mentioned, are completely free to set up, and they take 0% platform fees on any one-off donations, while taking a 5% cut on memberships, shop purchases, and commission sales. And again, you can actually have that 5% cut removed if you sign up to Ko-fi Gold, which is $6 per month. And some of those features that you do get when you do move up to Ko-fi Gold is high-resolution downloads that you can offer. You're able to set a custom price for donations. You can have a shorter Ko-fi username. You're able to integrate Google Analytics, and you have the option to create public or supporters-only posts. So to be able to do that kind of members-only post kind of stuff, you need to be on Ko-fi Gold. And just like with any platform when it comes to pricing, payment processing fees like for PayPal or credit card, anything like that, will be subtracted from any type of transaction you have on Ko-fi. Same thing will happen with Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, etc., really. So how long does it take to get paid with Ko-fi? So getting paid with Ko-fi is very similar to how you get paid with Buy Me a Coffee, in the way that you get paid instantly and do not have to build up a monthly balance or hit a minimum withdrawal threshold, anything like that, which is the case with Patreon. It's a little bit more of a process. In terms of analytics, Ko-fi offers analytics through an integration with Google Analytics for any creator that is subscribed to the Ko-fi Gold membership kind of program thing. And this integration will allow you to see where page visitors are coming from, how they found you, and what the page counts are on your posts. In terms of how safe and legit Ko-fi is definitely safe for anyone that wants to sign up as a creator or wants to sign up to support creators. Although it doesn't seem to be as popular as Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi has actually been around longer, since 2012, and has definitely proven to be a safe and legit platform in that time. Actually, it seems pretty clear that Ko-fi is actually the original kind of online tip jar thing, which is interesting. I did not know that. I always thought Buy Me a Coffee was. So now you know. The popularity factor is likely due to the really awesome Buy Me a Coffee name compared to the kind of mysterious and weird Ko-fi name. Buy Me a Coffee as a name is just much easier to understand for anyone looking to donate. You know what you're getting into, and it's easier for that name to get around. Ko-fi could be like anything, like an artist name or like a brand of coffee or something. I don't know. It's just a lot weirder as a name, Ko-fi. With that said, regardless of which one you do use, it can be a smart idea to not even mention the name of the platform when you're asking for donations or for support, and simply to just ask for donations or support a little bit more generically. One thing that you can do is have a page on your website forwarded to your donation platform. So this might be like yourname.com/support. And when they go to that URL, it'll forward people to your Ko-fi page, for example. This way you can point potential supporters to that website page in case you ever want to change your donation tool in the future. All you'd have to do is keep telling people to do yourname.com/support, and all the previous videos and content that you did that points to that URL, it would all automatically forward. So that could be a nice thing to do. And in terms of Ko-fi's support, Ko-fi has fairly solid customer support with ways to get help through a knowledge base and ways to contact them through a public email or simple contact form that doesn't have too many fields that you have to fill out to get in touch with them. They're not taking too much from creators, so I think it's kind of fair that they don't offer too much in terms of what support they give. Just seems fair. Now, moving on, why would you choose Buy Me a Coffee over Ko-fi? Similar to Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee can be seen as more of a simple online tip jar that can lead to recurring memberships and is great for any individual who wants to accept donations without a particular project being worked on, which is kind of the case with Patreon. Ultimately, there are two standout features that Buy Me a Coffee has over Ko-fi, and this is one, no accounts are required, so it's possible for potential supporters to donate to you with Buy Me a Coffee without having to actually sign up for and create and set up some kind of Buy Me a Coffee account first. And second is a better name. So Buy Me a Coffee simply has a name that is much easier to understand for anyone looking to donate when compared to the mysterious Ko-fi name. So the weird name, Ko-fi, is a net downside, and the fact that you do need to create a Ko-fi account in order to support any Ko-fi creator, that could be kind of a downside as well, and something that Buy Me a Coffee definitely has an edge over Ko-fi on. In addition to this, you can create a shop and offer recurring memberships with Ko-fi. However, you can't offer different membership tiers with different perks available to you like you can with Ko-fi. Buy Me a Coffee is basically perfect for anyone that wants to have their supporters donate to them with the least amount of obstacle possible. Basically, since there's no friction, they don't have to create an account or anything like that, or anyone that wants to offer very simple memberships. So one thing is that it is obviously awesome to offer multiple tiers, but that's going to be more work for you to manage and take care of and figure out offerings. And if you're going to have different like bonus content for each tier, that's going to be more work for you. So one nice thing is if you just want to have one simple tier, Buy Me a Coffee can be nice because it's a lot easier for you to manage and maintain and all that kind of stuff. So now let's take a closer look at what you can offer your audience with Buy Me a Coffee. So you can use Buy Me a Coffee to offer your audience the ability to support you with simple one-off donations as well as recurring memberships. Although you can't offer different membership tiers with different perks available like you can with Ko-fi, you can create a shop where supporters can buy individual items like Zoom calls, commission work, digital products, and whatever the heck you want. The website currency on this site is coffees, and you get to set the price for what one coffee is worth. And then supporters can choose how many coffees they want to donate, and you can even provide discount codes, which is kind of interesting. You can create members-only in public posts with Buy Me a Coffee. However, again, there is no pressure on you as a creator to provide anything specific in return here with these posts, such as like bonus content in return for a supporter's donation. Just like with Ko-fi, you do get a profile page on Buy Me a Coffee, and you can send people to that page where they can support you. In terms of discovery features, Buy Me a Coffee does not have any discovery features for helping new supporters find you. They don't even email the supporters you gain to promote their own stuff. And just as in the case with Ko-fi and all these kind of platforms, you will need to do all the work bringing people to your Buy Me a Coffee page and convincing them to actually support you. In terms of pricing, Buy Me a Coffee's pricing will cost you more when compared to Ko-fi, and they have only one plan available which takes 5% and as well as payment fees off of any income you generate on Buy Me a Coffee. It's free to create one of these Buy Me a Coffee accounts, and you only give a cut to them when you are actually making money on Buy Me a Coffee, which is kind of nice. In terms of getting paid, just like Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee has a simplified way of receiving your payments. You instantly get paid instead of having to build up a monthly balance or hit a minimum withdrawal threshold, which is the case with something like Patreon. In terms of analytics, Buy Me a Coffee does provide analytics for free to all users. The analytics that they provide include data on earnings, page views, supporter accounts, sources for visitors and purchases, the country of supporters, and more, and there's also a Google Analytics integration available. In terms of how safe and legit Buy Me a Coffee is, Buy Me a Coffee is definitely safe to use for anyone that wants to sign up as a creator or wants to sign up to support creators. Although it hasn't actually been around as long as Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee has been around since 2018 and has been proven to be quite a safe and legit platform. In terms of support, Buy Me a Coffee provides much better support when compared to something like Patreon, and definitely has an edge over something like Ko-fi. You can easily contact them 24/7 via a live chat, which is very nice. They have an openly public email address, which is also very nice, and they do have a feature request form on their website. So, is Ko-fi and Buy Me a Coffee the same? Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-fi are similar since they both allow creators to accept one-off donations, memberships, and sell items with the shop. However, Ko-fi offers more features while taking a 0 to 5% cut, and Buy Me a Coffee offers less while taking a 5% cut, but Buy Me a Coffee does allow supporters to donate without creating an account. The main takeaway here is that Ko-fi has the edge over Buy Me a Coffee in the areas where it offers more features and has those 0% platform fees. On the other hand, Buy Me a Coffee does have the edge over Ko-fi in the fact that it does have a better name and allows supporters to make donations without having to go through the process of signing up for and setting up an account at all. At the end of the day, if you want to pay less and offer more, then Ko-fi is likely better for you. And if you do not want your supporters to have to create an account to donate to you, then Buy Me a Coffee might be better for you. So that's kind of the overall thing there. I want to quickly kind of go over something like Ko-fi or Buy Me a Coffee versus Patreon, because that's also something you might be interested in. And really the main difference here between something like Ko-fi or Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon is that Patreon really focuses on recurring membership tiers in a more kind of a serious way, and Ko-fi and Buy Me a Coffee focus on offering a simple way for supporters to donate or make a purchase with much less commitment for both creators and the actual supporters. Although all three of these platforms offer memberships and ways to communicate with your supporters, the things they allow you to offer to your audience and how much they charge are much different. After comparing them, you may even find that you want to use Patreon for more serious recurring memberships and complement that page by using Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-fi for one-off donations and shop purchases. To help you make the right choice, I've also created a guide on this topic that compares Patreon against several of its competitors that you can check out by checking out here. It's going to go over all the different Patreon alternatives. In addition to this, on this webpage here, I do go into what to do after you've picked a platform, because there are three things you're going to want to know how to do. One is get supporters and build an audience that actually wants to support you. Two is learn how to create effective membership tiers. And three is learn how you can deliver on your promises to make sure that supporters keep coming back for more. And this article will go into all of these three topics here, as you can see, in detail. And that is really that. So that is kind of a breakdown of these two platforms. They are very, very similar. They even sound similar in terms of they're both kind of going on that coffee angle. Ko-fi does offer a bit more, but the name is a little bit weird is kind of the main thing, and people do have to create a Ko-fi account. But other than that, that does seem like the better option. Personally, I'm kind of weighing my options right now, and I think I'm going to potentially start off with a Ko-fi account. It seems like I kind of prefer the offer, what you can do with that, and maybe not start a Patreon quite yet, because that seems, again, like that heavy commitment and having to create bonus content for all the different tiers. Personally, that's where I'm not wanting to experiment with yet, so I think that's what I'm looking at. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that little 30-second ramble, and if you enjoyed this video or found it useful in any ways, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Otherwise, good luck picking your platform, whether it's Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, or whatever the heck you end up deciding, and I hope you kill it with your membership. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Have a good one.